Hi, and welcome to Be Your Own Hero. Have you ever felt like there's a part of you that's holding on to pain from the past, especially when it comes to your relationship with your mother? Well, you're not alone. Many of us carry what's called the mother wound, an emotional imprint left by our childhood experiences. In today's video, we're deep diving into what the mother wound is, how it shows up in your life, and most importantly, how you can begin to heal. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with some clarity, compassion for yourself, and some steps for breaking free from its grip. So let's get started. So, what is the mother wound? The term mother wound refers to the emotional pain, unmet needs, or limiting beliefs we inherited from our relationship with our mother. Now, let's be clear, this is not about blaming your mother. She probably did the best she could do with the tools she had. But as children, we can internalize our parents' behavior. We internalize their expectations and sometimes even their wounds. For example, maybe your mother struggled with perfectionism and now you feel like you're never good enough. Or perhaps she had difficulty expressing love and now you struggle to feel worthy of affection. These patterns often follow us into adulthood, shaping our self-esteem, relationships, and even our life choices. So how do you know if you're carrying the mother wound? Here's a few signs to look out for. First is a persistent feeling of not being good enough. You feel like no matter what you achieve, it's never enough to feel truly satisfied or proud. You might have difficulty setting boundaries. Maybe you feel guilty for saying no or prioritizing yourself, fearing rejection and disapproval. Fear of abandonment and rejection is the third one. This can show up in relationships as overgiving or trying to earn love. The fourth one is self-criticism and perfectionism. This is an internal voice that constantly pushes you to be better, but not in a healthy or supportive way. And lastly, you might have challenges in receiving love or nurturing. If you've never experienced unconditional love, it can be difficult to accept it from others or even from yourself. So take a little moment to reflect. Do any of these resonate with you? If so, know that awareness is the first step towards healing. Okay, let's look at how does the mother wound affect you in your adult life. The mother wound doesn't just stay in the past. It does follow us into adulthood and it can affect your relationships. So you might attract partners that mirror the dynamic that you had with your mother, whether that's feeling unappreciated, unseen, or overly responsible for someone else's happiness. It can also affect your self-worth. If you internalized feelings of unworthiness as a child, you may struggle with self-doubt or feel like you don't actually deserve happiness or success. And so, of course, this can also affect your career. Perfectionism or fear of failing can really hold you back from taking calculated risk or embracing new opportunities. But here's the thing. While the mother wound might have shaped parts of you, it doesn't have to define you. Healing is possible. So how do we heal from this? Here are 3 steps to start your journey. Firstly is to acknowledge and validate your pain. And you do this by giving yourself permission to feel what you feel. The hurt, the disappointment, and the unmet needs you experienced are valid. And journaling can be a powerful tool here. Write about your childhood experiences and how they've shaped you. And one really powerful way is to actually have a conversation with your inner child. So if you struggle with journaling, an interesting idea is to talk to your inner child. And how you do this is you write to your inner child with your right hand and you write from your inner child with your left hand. You might be really surprised what comes from this conversation. The second thing is to separate your mother's story from your own story. Remember, your mother had her own wounds shaped by her own experiences and upbringing. So while her behaviors might have hurt you, they're not a reflection of your self-worth. Practice releasing her story and reclaiming your own. The third is to reparent yourself. And this can be combined with the journaling activity I spoke about. When you contact your inner child and speak to them about what their needs were and what their needs still are. So, in regard to reparenting, healing often means giving yourself the love, the support, and the validation that you didn't receive in childhood. So, this could look like practicing self compassion, setting boundaries, or affirming your worth daily. And the reason why that journaling activity is so powerful is because sometimes people struggle to accept self compassion. But if you talk to your, for example, 6-year old you, then it's easy to give 6-year old you compassion if you can't yet give adult you compassion. Okay, so this is a way to begin. And so ask yourself, what would a loving parent say to me right now? Or what would I, as a loving parent, say to my 6-year old child, or whatever age the child was who was really impacted by these experiences? And if you're finding this process overwhelming, working with a therapist or coach who understands the mother wound can be really invaluable. So, breaking free from the mother wound is not about blaming the past, it's about reclaiming your future. By acknowledging your pain, separating from old patterns, and providing nurturing for yourself, you're taking brave steps towards healing and developing self love. So, here's your challenge for this week: reflect on one belief or behavior that you've carried from your relationship with your mother and ask yourself, is this serving me? If it's not, take one small action to let it go or replace it with something that empowers you. Let me know in the comments what steps you're going to take to heal your mother. I'd love to hear your story. And if this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with somebody who you think will need to hear this message right now. Thank you for watching, and remember, healing is a journey and not a destination, and every step you take is an act of courage. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.